Let's go for the ER20. It's, you know, the least not appropriate or something. Oh well, never mind. That'll just have to do. Good morning. We will pick up wagons at Hullenberg, Werdal, and here at Huckable Yard. There will be some red signals. You must use tab for permission to pass. I'm quite happy to just rampantly press the tab key. I don't know about anybody else. You know what? I started track R before I started the game, and you know what? It doesn't seem to be here. That's annoying. Never mind, we'll live without it for this scenario and we'll change it for the next one. Right, let's get moving. AS. Right. So we've got to go up to the end here and couple back up to some wagons. We're in the Taurus, well, the MRCE ES64U2, which is called a Taurus in other locales. Right. Well, according to Moobot, there are 2 viewers. Is anybody there? Can everyone here see me? Or am I doing this? Playing games to myself? Which is fine. There's the wagons we want, these ones over here. Yes, it's the musical train. Whitemead asked, how often are there giveaways? We're going to be doing a bit of a giveaway night tonight. What I do is I pick one day every now and again and I do a few giveaways on that night. So, yes. We've got a few to do. We'll try and get through them all. Where are we going now? I haven't set the map up, have I? Fail. Let me set the map up. Bing. And then tell the map to wake up. There you go, there's your map. Okay, where are we? So I just wondered, because as I noticed that I was using the map and there wasn't a map on your screen. Oh yes, it's not West Coast Main Line Trent Valley, is it? This is Ruhr Sieg. MRCE ES64U2. Just need that one for this loco. Couple up to these wagons. Oops. Smash into these wagons. Pick up wagons at Hullenberg and watch out for red yellow signals that tell you 40 kilometers per hour. Right, we are off. Stephen Jam, am I excited about the UP gas turbine? Oh, am I? But enough about that, I can't talk about that. Hey, very tall 135, thank you for the follow. Much appreciated. OMG Trains, if you want to know how long anything is on the scenario, on the channel, then go on and have a look at the schedule. And you can see on there exactly how long everything is. Roughly how long everything is. Roughly exactly how long everything is. There we go. We're coming off now. Right, we're on our way now. So apologies if I've missed something on the chat. Say it again so that I can see it. What are all the handles for? What handles? Oh, lots of buttons. Right, we're on our way. Also want to thank Elton Loveridge for also following, much appreciated. Oh, levers. Things like, so you got all the normal PZB, Seaver, throttle, brake, I don't know. What we got? That one is headlights main switch, cab timetable light. And we've got sander and got overspeed. Not looking at the signals. What we got here? Train brake, dynamic brake, loco brake, throttle, AFB. PZB Waxham, PZB Free, and FL40. What have we got there? Cooling. Not quite sure what that does. I presume it's to do with cooling. Yeah, there's 2 goes and 3 stops actually. French styling. So our first waypoint is Hullenberg, which I guess is where we need to be collecting some more wagons. OMG trains, I tried to fill in the duration for the day of the scenario I'm working on, so certainly all of today's scenarios have got durations filled in. Yeah, cool, you can have an outside view. Looks like CFA is all working correctly. We've only got 4 wagons, we're going to pick some more up. Got to remember, folks, this is one of the first 4 routes that were built for the game. So it was built a long time ago, before we had these wonderful things like Google Earth. Let alone Google Earth integration, but not even a Google Earth. Right, slowing down.
Sifa.
Sure, Sifa. Kilometers an hour at the next signal. There's Hullenberg siding 3. Let's just take a look at what we're actually doing at there. So we're going to Hullenberg siding 3 and then coming back to pick up these wagons in siding 4. I can do that. Those wagons apparently have a top speed of 100 km/h. Okay, I shall go a bit slower then. Is there any alternative route builder tool beside the built-in ones as Debal? No, I'm afraid. Right, so 40 kilometers an hour. Which I forgot to acknowledge. Right. Okay. There we go. Yeah, I didn't acknowledge that PZB when we went through the green-yellow signal. Because not because that was a green-yellow, but because the distant was a yellow-yellow. Never mind. 40 limit, we're in restricted monitoring and we're in a slow speed area. Double 12, do I use products from Just Trains? My son does, I don't. Just because, to be honest, I've got so much to do that I haven't really got time for anything else. So I tend to stick to what's on my machine anyway. But my son does, enjoys them. Speedy little guy, do you think a UP AC4400 CW would be a good add-on? I'd like to see an AC4400 CW, I think that would be very nice. Why does DTG sometimes publish Just Trains stuff? I guess it's because Just Trains ask us to publish it. Or we ask to publish it and they say yes, one or the other. If you press Shift numpad plus, it eliminates the B next to PZB85. That'll be for presumably LZB braking. I do get stuff from Just Trains on Steam. Yes, obviously, if it's on Steam, I get it. Right. We need to reverse back in and pick up these wagons. That's now our waypoint. Beach House, is it possible to hump cars in TS? I have seen videos of people doing that, however, it's not actually something that's technically supported. The problem is that the minute you uncouple from them, it stops calculating physics, because otherwise it would kill the game performance, and basically means they stop. Let's try not to flatten this one. They like the shape of the buffers the way they are. Oh, I'm quite happy with that. That'll do. Next will be Verdol. Good. Can the dispatcher get in a tiz if your destination is too far? No, however, it can get in a tiz if you deviate from the time it expects you to get there by more than a few minutes. Have I ever driven the jet train? Yes, I have. Once, I think I downloaded it out of curiosity. It's very well done, up to Chris' normal standard. Right, still in, we've just gone through 1000 Hertz magnet. Frisco, that'll be a question you need to ask Steve. Via Hullenberg, reception 3. Stephen Dem, do you want to see a scenario like this on Western Lines of Scotland or Weardale and Teesdale? Do you mean like a pick-up drop-off type scenario? Let's have that on Weardale and Teesdale. And I want to do some more on Weardale. Haven't done enough of that one yet. Ah, Bob says shift the numpad plus is to activate the warning that LZB control is about to end and you need to be ready to take control of the train. Ah, okay. I thought that the B meant that it enabled LZB brake control, meaning that LZB was then capable of braking the train as well as accelerating. But that's fine. Right, we're out onto the main line now. We can do speed up now. UTXCG, can we expect a tutorial from you about how to modify rail driver script to map the loco brake lever to throttle lever? Yes, in fact I started looking at how to do that yesterday. I think it should be fine, so I just need to refine what I'm doing a little bit, hopefully this week, but if not this week, then next week. I shall certainly give you as much notice as possible. Stephen Jam, no, I'm afraid 110 minutes is too long, 90 is the absolute maximum. I find that once you get to 90 minutes, once you get beyond 60 minutes, everyone on the channel starts saying, geez, this is a long scenario, when's it going to be over? And 110 minutes I think would drive people crazy. So, no, I stick to 90 minutes as the absolute maximum. Through Lidmarth. Rich Starlin says people ask how long it is even under 90 minutes. Yeah, sometimes 3 minutes in people ask how long it is. Right, let's see if we can't get a couple of screenshots. Where's my mouse gone? That's where my mouse is. So who was on the street, the flight sim stream, and saw the first time that Moleman is on Train Sim Live? It's good having the Moleman with me. I've lost my mouse. Seriously, I've lost my mouse. There it is. Alright, let's speed up a little bit. We're going a bit slow here. Yeah, the game crashing on my machine was a little bit. I'm going to have to see if I can do something about that. I'm ready for the next one. Joshy, no, TeamSpeak is free. Deafened everybody appropriately. Shut the firebox door! Coplopper, the flight plan is available. So you can load that up, and then you can see exactly where you're going. To 100 limit. So I don't know if anyone's noticed that I've started a Flickr group for uploading screenshots. I'm going to try this as an alternative way of getting screenshots onto the screenshots that we do on the slideshow. If you want to send some screenshots, upload them to Flickr, and it will make them available. Then it's all moderated, so I can go through them. What you must do is make sure you've marked the screenshot as public. If you don't mark it as public, I can't add it into the gallery. So yeah, if you can do that, that would be good. Hopefully, what I can then do is update my slideshow plugin so that it just automatically drags them down from Flickr, and then I don't have to spend hours over a weekend sorting the slideshow out. Which I have done, by the way. So there's 250 screenshots now in the slideshow. Thank you to everybody who sent them in. Much appreciated. There's some really, really stunning screenshots. .8 kilometres to Werdal. JM, yes, I shall leave the screenshots up for a bit. Metallica, yes, I believe that's in there. For an old route, this route doesn't look too bad. Apparently there's a major update, but it's not on Steam, so I can't use it. Green signals. I like green signals. Oh, the leader. Yeah, Moleman wants to see the leader. Yes, I want to see the leader. Sort of the Steam Class 66. Could one of the mods post the link to the Steam group? Sorry, not to the Steam group, to the Flickr group. Flickr.com/groups/TrainSimLive, I think is the name of the group. And couple up a mouth, you could always create a new account just for sending the screenshots, I guess is another option. Oh, good, old man. Glad to hear that. Grandpa Groovy! Thank you for the follow, much appreciated. Till Film, since updating drivers keep getting input not supported. I've no idea. I would suggest you go to dovetailgames.kayako.com and drop us all a port message on there, and when you get an answer, let us all share it all with us. That's not one I've heard of before. Coming up. I forgot to acknowledge it. Doll. Yeah. Shoosh. Brakes to come off. It's not a CIFA. That was a PZB. Right, accelerating again. Yeah, I'm just going to press the button now all the time. I totally forgot about that. Right. Right, Werdal siding 2 is where we are going. While we're rolling that way, let's just have a quick look. So we're going via Werdal siding 2, and we are going back into siding 3. So go past them and pick up our wagons. Those are our wagons on the left by the looks of it. Nice one, Dean. Good to hear. BNSF, yes, I have changed it for this week. The off day is this week is Tuesday, not Wednesday, because of a family commitment. that came up at the last minute. So apologies for that. But yes, I shall be taking Tuesday off and then streaming on Wednesday. So you don't miss out. You don't miss out. And neither do I. Oh no, it's not that kind of thing, Dean. I've just got to do some babysitting. This is Werdol siding 3. Whoa, that was a bit bouncy. Complete with collecting. Now you have to drop them at Plettenberg. Alright, so we're going to Plettenberg. That looks like it's all set to get us back out onto the main line. Good. Right, green, yellow, which is a 40 caution. Apparently nothing I need to do that with. BNSF, Darkness Monster, could you update the scenario for BNSF's duration in the backlog? Folks, please don't ask me anything about TS 2016. Everything that that is known publicly about 2016 is on Engine Driver, and that should be your first port of call. And anything else you should leave as a question, as a comment there, unfortunately. I can't answer anything. Sorry about that. Right, time to accelerate. Bye-bye, Jerry. Steamer Jam, do you know what company Train 2016 is made by? I redirect you to Engine Driver. Alright, I've got a 140 coming up in a moment, although apparently it's only 100 km/h wagons, so I think I'm just going to stick at 120. A green signal. Before the stream, by the way, I did a host for another streamer, Steeler Boy, who was doing a Euro Truck Sim multiplayer session. Interested to hear your feedback on what you thought, and do go and have a look at Steeler Boy's channel. It does a variety of different things, including train sim. Right, Accelerate up to 140. So a couple of them I've got some suggestions. I'm actually looking at doing FSX and fishing on Friday. Once I can get any sort of confidence in playing the fishing game. Coming up on Hullenberg North 12, which is where we'll be dropping the wagons off.
Beeinflusst.
Hey Xbox Gamer 349, thank you for the follow, much appreciated. Bam 2035, have I ever fished in real life? Nope. Can't we have Friday just for FSX? I don't know. I'm not going to start fishing in, for the time being. This is the one I need to tab through. I've got double yellows, double whites. Sorry. Don't worry, I'm not going to do the fishing anytime soon. I want to get FSX settled in first. A couple of them are the reason for not doing Euro Truck at the moment is just really because I'm sticking with dovetail simulations at the moment. Of which Euro Truck isn't one the last time I checked. Right, we're stopping at Hullenberg North 12, which is right here. As soon as we're all in. And we have to uncouple everything. Scenario finished. Well, that was alright. Whitemead, yes, there is a thing called theatre mode. If you look along the icons along the bottom, then if you find the one that says theatre mode, that does precisely what you're looking for. Okay. It just seems kind of